Today's subject is going to be this MTD 5 horsepower chipper shredder, and this is the one I have in a previous video of getting it running. Got it from a neighbor for free as they were moving out. Looked through the engine, seen what everything needed, got it all running, runs great. However, I was looking down the chute, the little chute, the one over here, and I could see that at least one of the chipper knives is damaged. Looks like it's cracked off at the end. So that's not going to work very well. Plus I know that was relatively full of water when I got it, so they could be quite rusty. So hopefully the fasteners won't fight me too bad. I got a set of chipper knives, new ones, and I'm going to see what it takes to change out these chipper knives. Shouldn't be terribly bad, but let's see what it takes to change the knives. This chipper would be typical of any chipper, 5 horsepower, 8 horsepower. They're probably going to be almost all the same, whether they're made by MTD or other brands. Just looking over what fasteners are there. There's a right there and down there. There's a pin you can pull. There's a little screen in the side. If I'm looking down the barrel of this intake chute, I can see the chipper knives, including the one that looks broken, and so I'll have to take that snorkel off for sure. And I'm wondering if you take the back end of this whole thing off by just taking all these bolts all the way around. It really wouldn't be hard with a power tool to do that, but I don't know if that's necessary. As long as you had this little chute off, we're going to see if we can get access through that little chute area easy enough, and if that's enough, then I don't have to take all those other bolts out, but we'll do what we have to do. Let's see what we got. Very limited access, that's what we got. I want to put an extension on that to try to get that one. And the other bolt, no chance. That's going to have to be a regular wrench. It's kind of stuck behind this dipstick here. Let me get you around the side a little. I think you can see. Kind of stuck behind there a little bit. Let's see if this gets us in there. Yeah, I think we can get at these now. They're hex, and they've been in there a while. Let's see how the other one looks. Is there 2 or 3? Probably just 2. Oh yeah, and there's water in there again. I'll put a scratch on that one. 1. The broken one. Passed it up. Is that the same one or not? Let's try it again. 1. The broken one. Just trying to make sure there's only 2. Yeah, just 2. Okay, so we have access to them. This one feels slightly used, but not terrible, but the other one is broken, and I'll show you that in just a second here. I'll get you a close-up. So what I'm looking at here is the blade. We got 2 bolt holes that are hex, and then the blade. And if I spin it, we got this one, which is missing about half the blade. So that wasn't going to work quite how the manufacturer intended. Okay, before I even try to put a Allen wrench in those, I'm going to clean out the inside of the Allen socket head screw, because there's, you know, tree sap and rust and whatever, and then we'll try to fit up a socket. Just a sharp pointed pick or anything you can get in there to kind of give yourself a chance of getting a good grip on those little screws. Use anything you got to get that cleaned out. And let me see, I've got these on a socket set. I'm going to try these on an impact wrench if I have the one that's the right size. I think I should. These are a little stuck on to the case here. There we go. What about this size? That's the size. And that's good. That doesn't fit loose. I'm going to actually hammer it in a little bit and see how that feels. Yeah, that's going to grab once I hammer that in. Before I do anything, I'm going to add some heat to this. I don't think I have a chance at all without heating it and maybe shocking the bolt, because these heads are so wide and you're using such a small tool on the inside of the fastener there, you're probably going to end up stripping it out and you're going to have a bad day. So before I do anything, I'm going to try, this one is probably not that stuck because it's got half of it missing, but this one, to break the outer ring loose, it might be wise to take a chisel and give it a sharp strike, maybe something like this, dig into it a little bit, see if you can get it to move a little bit that way, but definitely some heat. And I've seen people use the heat cool method where they shock it, they go real hot and then real cold, and then if those metals react at different temperatures, they'll break loose from one another. That's been relatively effective. But let's just see if we have to get that bad with it. Definitely I'm going to start with some heat though. You can use anything you got. Propane torch, MAP gas. I'm just going to use this, and I'll heat it up a little bit, and I'll bring you back when I get some heat in this thing. I have just discovered a revelation. Bolt nut came with my new system, my new set, and this one has nuts on the back. Didn't know that. That's going to make things easier. Let me get you positioned and I'll bring you back. Okay. Good news, I think. That's one pin for the screen. Two pins for the screen. I guess that's just to prevent it from chucking out big chips at you. Yep, there is indeed a nut in there. Did not know that. I'm going to see if I can reach this power tool in there. If not, we might have to go old school. Oh yeah, I think it'll reach. Whoa! She spins quick and hard. Bring that back up a little bit. It's still hot, so I'm kind of being careful here, or trying to. Oh yeah, it broke loose. Nice. of interesting working two tools against each other. And this one's hitting the bottom and going by itself, and this is almost comical. No, it is comical. I'll face the trigger up. Now I just have to hold one or the other. That's why the bolt is still seized. But now I don't care about the bolt because I realized in my set I have a new bolt. Now I'm in there with the torch trying to heat up that nut really good. Might be a nylock nut, or at least it was at one time before it became a piece of rust. Just heating that nut super hot and hopefully it'll give way. Almost time for the grinder and or sawzall. Or both. I'm going to change my plan tomorrow of what I was thinking on the first time. I'm going to take the whole back section off of this. Then I'm going to be able to have access to, I have to take off 3 more nuts and bolts. Probably all going to fight me as much as this one did. Give me access. Take off the bolts all the way around, bring it back. Alright, now you can see the flail assembly, and these I think are probably reversible, by the way. I got that back half off. This is the rotor assembly. This is the back of that nut we were trying to get off. This is the nut for that blade over here. But anyway, what I was getting to is also to sharpen this, I guess probably you could flip these around the other way, but there's no difference front side or back side. This thing just doesn't have that many hours on it. Also, I'm finding a blade here that I didn't even know existed for the shredder part. These things fly out, and you know, our hammer knives basically. This I'm going to have to just sharpen because I don't own this blade, because I didn't buy it because I didn't know it was in there. So this one does have some dings, and is put on by the same hardware. We got a nuts, so maybe I can even take it off of there before I sharpen it and get a better job on it. But here's the real prize. There's that nut that I've been trying to get to, and now I can get it with a grinder, which is what I'm going to do, or you can take a sawzall or a rotary tool or whatever you got and cut that nut off of there. So I'm going to do that next. A little hacky, a little unorthodox, but guess what came off? Yeah, the piece I was trying to get off. And then I just turned it around to the other side, and because I had such trouble with the first one, I'm not even going to try to get these out. I'm just going to cut them off. I lost a few battles, but I won the war. Alright, all the old bolts are out, two that is, and I'm going to start putting these new ones in. Let me not lose these in the grass. Good. And those fit nice and flush like they should. They gave me good hardware. Except you could tell those lock washers are kind of cheesy, but whatever. Come on, line up. There it goes. Moment of truth. Let's see if that bolt hole lines up where it should be. I believe it does. Nice. Alright, tighten them down and repeat. Okay, set 1 tightened, set 2 tightened. This blade, I don't have a brand new one to put. It's just a little dull along the edge here. There's dings from it hitting whatever. Debris, whatever chews up. I don't really have a need to take it off, so I'm just going to try to grind it in place with my right angle grinder and see how that works. I think I'll be able to clean it up just fine. Let's see what happens. The main thing on any blade is you do not want to heat it up till it's blue. It loses its temper, and then you will have a very soft blade that doesn't hold its edge. And then I'm just going to go here just to make the edge flat again. Just so it doesn't have any burrs hanging over. Oh yeah, that thing could do some damage now. Time to reassemble the machine. Okay, I've got the most of this one put back together. I noticed this thing's taken a beating over the years. I don't know if they were feeding rocks in there or what. It's probably how that thing got broken. If I can get everything lined back up here. Yep. And the second half. And I'm hitting on something. Why are you hitting? Just a little sticky. Oh yeah. And I knew one of those fell out. And now I can't get to it because I put the screen in first. That was cool. I'm putting in this bolt. It goes in from one side, and then you just need to put the nut on the other side. Let me try to get this one finished. Get one started. There we go. Too far. Maybe. Now, back to the 1/2 inch. Let me get the other one started. Actually, that one should have had a washer on it. So I'm going to see if I can back that up. Kind of comical. There it goes. I'll just tighten the last one up, bring it back. Just thought I'd give you a little bonus chip there. Yeah, the chips come out fine. Nice and, that grass isn't part of it, but nice, nice fine chip. Can reuse that for something else. I hereby declare this 5 horsepower wood chipper Wildwood certified. Thanks for watching.